Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with your heart racing, your mind full of worries that steal your sleep? Those worries that feel like an invisible shadow following your every step. Maybe you think it's just part of life, a burden that comes with age. But what if I told you that anxiety isn't an inevitable destiny, but a battle you can win? And that the key to the peace you long for isn't in some far-off place, but in the strength you already have inside you. Welcome to Stoic Power, the place where we awaken your inner strength and remind you that the greatest control lies within you. Today, we're going to talk about one of the heaviest burdens we carry, anxiety. Through the wisdom of the Stoics, we'll find a path to reduce it and reclaim the serenity you deserve. This isn't a video promising to make anxiety vanish overnight, but it will give you the tools to stop being its slave and start becoming its master. For the Stoics, anxiety is the result of a mistaken judgment. As Seneca said, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Think of all the times you worried about something that never happened. That worry about the future, that is the essence of anxiety. The Stoics taught us to distinguish between events that are outside our control, the future, other people's actions, health problems, and our response to them, which is the only thing we truly can control. If you spend your time worrying about what you cannot change, you're handing your peace of mind over to external forces. It's time to take it back. Stoic wisdom doesn't ask you to be indifferent to problems. It asks you to face them with serenity. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been." This isn't just a quote, it's a powerful mental practice. When you feel anxiety creeping in, ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, let it go. If the answer is yes, focus on the action you can take right now, no matter how small. True peace doesn't come from living a life without problems, but from knowing you have the tools to face every one of them. Epictetus, the slave who became a philosopher, summed it up perfectly. It's not things that disturb us, but our interpretation of them. Maybe you're worried about your health, your finances, or your children's future. Yes, these are real concerns. But your anxiety comes from the meaning you assign to them. If you interpret a medical checkup as a sentence, you'll live in fear. If you see it as a chance to care for yourself, you'll live with purpose. The key is to change your perspective. The wisdom you've accumulated over the years gives you the ability to understand this better than anyone. It's time to use it in your favor. Now that we understand the theory, how do we apply it? Anxiety isn't defeated with magical thinking, but with habits and routines that make you stronger. The first and most powerful tool is the practice of mindfulness. Instead of letting your mind jump from the past to the future, anchor it in the present moment. If you're drinking a cup of tea, feel the warmth of the cup. Notice the aroma, the taste. If you're walking, feel the ground beneath your feet. This isn't just a relaxation technique, it's an anchor to the present, the only place where anxiety cannot exist. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to subscribe to Stoic Power, because here we don't just reflect, we transform. Another practical exercise inspired by Seneca's concept of premeditatio malorum is preparatory visualization. It's not about attracting misfortune, it's about preparing for it. Take a few minutes each day to think about the worst that could happen, not to worry, but to ask yourself, how would I respond if this happened? Imagine how you would handle the situation with calm and virtue. This takes away the fear of the unknown and gives you a sense of control. As Ryan Holiday said, anxiety is fear of the future. Preparation is the cure. A short story. Think of the gardener who plants a seed. He doesn't worry about whether it will rain, whether the sun will shine, or whether birds will eat the seed. He focuses on what he can control. watering the soil, making sure the seed is planted well. You are that gardener, and your peace of mind is the plant. Instead of worrying about the future, focus on the small act you can do today to cultivate that peace. And finally, the nightly reflection. Before going to sleep, don't review your worries. Review your victories. What worried you today that turned out not to be so bad? What made you anxious, and how did you overcome it? This teaches you that with each passing day, your inner strength grows. Anxiety is just an emotion, it's not reality. And at the end of each day, you can choose to leave it in the past. Anxiety is not an inevitable companion on your path. It's a mental habit you can unlearn. The wisdom you've gained throughout your life gives you an advantage few people have. You've seen that the worst storms pass. Now is the time to apply that truth to your own mind. You don't have to be invincible. You just need to be someone who chooses calm over chaos, serenity over worry. Your age is not a sign of weakness. It's a mark of resilience. You've survived battles younger people have only read about. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Anxiety is an opinion you've bought into, a perspective you've adopted. Now it's time to sell that opinion and adopt a new truth. Your inner peace is not for sale. Peace isn't something you find, it's something you create. And you create it with every decision not to worry, with every moment of mindfulness, with every act of reflection. You are not a slave to your thoughts. You are the master of your mind. Life isn't designed to be easy, but you are designed to be strong. If this helped you see more clearly, help us share this message. Subscribe, and let's keep walking together toward a life of purpose.